Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for Sardegna A with the Chaparral 2J. And this is fully stock and it's on the racing hard tires, and oh boy, this thing is really crazy to drive, where you have to be extremely careful on the throttle and your turning input. Otherwise, you're going to have a very bad time. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the lap guide, where you want to be very careful with your throttle inputs coming out of the final hairpin. Bring yourself towards the left and turn in when you pass this sign that is on the left. You also want to lift off our throttle as you're turning in, and we'll go through this part again as we end the lap, so I'll slow it down later on in the video. Be aware that this car only has 3 gears, and you want to brake at around the 175 meter mark, so well before the 150 meter board. Full braking power in a straight line. Turn in when the curb on the right ends, slowly easing off of the brakes as you're turning in, and to be very careful getting on the throttle to make sure that the car doesn't spin out. You can take the second turn flat out, but for the third turn you want to lift off of the throttle, so just that little bit of lift right there. Bring yourself towards the right, brake just as the curb on the right starts, so full braking power. And you want to bring yourself towards the left side of the track as there's a right turn coming up right away. So before you reach this fence that is on the left, I think there's also a yellow sign that occasionally pops up there. A little bit more braking power, and just be very careful getting on the throttle. Try to straighten up the car as soon as you can and then fully accelerate. Then brake just before you reach the 50 meter board, so full braking power for a short moment. Slowly ease off of the brakes as you're turning in, going down to first gear. Once again, just be very careful getting on the throttle as you exit the turn. Be nice and gentle with your turning input. Same goes for this left turn, just be nice and careful, but then brake right as you pass the 200 meter board. So this is actually around the 190 meter mark where you're starting to brake. Go down to first gear, turn in before the curb on the right ends, and as you hit the apex, be very careful getting on the throttle. You can shift up early to second gear, so I shift up about halfway to make sure I don't spin out on that right turn. But then here comes the tricky part. Start to turn in towards the right, but start to lift off of the throttle, and as you're about to hit the apex, you want to start to gradually ease on the brakes. You want to take your time going down to second gear and just carefully turn in, get close and personal to the barrier on the left, and just be very careful getting on the throttle to make sure that you don't spin out. Then you're braking before the 100 meter board, so this is around 120 meters where you're starting to brake. Going down to first gear, turning in before the curb on the right ends, and just try to get the car straightened up as quickly as possible before you start to fully accelerate. But bring yourself towards the left, and just like earlier in the video, turn in when you pass the sign that is on the left, but lift off of the throttle as you're turning in. You do want to be on third gear for this turn, taking advantage of the entire width of the track. But that is going to be it for this crazy lap guide with the Chaparral 2J. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did like this video, you can press the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I do have a membership program thing that you can check out down below if you want to further support this channel. So this is Mr. MCA having fun with this washing machine or vacuum cleaner, and I'll see you in the next video.